Alright, if you saw my last video, hopefully you found this one. And if you didn't see my last video, the last one was on mastermind classes. And I was pretty upset about what I was... about a person who had reached out to me to go to a $10,000 mastermind. Just literally a blanket message sent to everyone on his Facebook page. And, I was honestly so dang offended that he was trying to market this to small business, to people who really can't afford it, especially in an economy like this, that, I spent 10 minutes just trashing it. And I want to provide something that's actually useful to you, because I feel like whatever, $20 to $200 worth of usefulness that might be at his $10,000 mastermind, you could get for free and get actually $10,000 to $100,000 worth of value from this guy free. So let me give you just a little bit of background on me real quick, and then we'll talk about David in just a second. So before I started 3D print everything, I was in a relationship with a girl, and I had moved out of my parents' house, and previously my relationship with my father wasn't that great, and me and him had been fighting a lot, and it was all verbal fighting, and his came from a religious background and everything like this, and it turns out that this girl was rampantly cheating on me, and I didn't see all the signs, and it got real bad, and I moved back in with my parents, and I was fighting with my dad, and just mentally I wasn't in a great place. And, I'm fighting with now that I'm an adult, I wasn't going to put up with my dad's verbal abuse. So I started fighting back with him. My mom and brother and sister were all like, Michael, you've got to stop fighting with your dad. You're going to give him a heart attack. Like, you've got to relax. Not relax, but you've got to find a better way to communicate with him. So, at that time I was going through my awakening. So I was learning about lucid dreaming, waking up in your dreams and dreaming, astral projection, where you can meditate to the point of blasting off into outer space in your mind, learning about mushrooms and stuff, not taking them, but listening to other people go through ayahuasca and mushrooms and San Pedro and all these, plants that are natural, that humans have grown up alongside, that when you ingest them, they give you these, spiritual-like experiences, way more than anything I ever got out of Christianity. So, not getting into any religion here, but that type of stuff was really intriguing me, and learning about AI and quantum mechanics and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, all this information's great. Quantum mechanics is super cool. Atoms can be in one place or the other. They can flip. They only are in one place when someone observes it, and all this stuff. And it's like, this is all great, but I have an issue with my father, and I need to figure out how to communicate better with him. And essentially, like a prayer, I reached out to the universe, because at this time I was no longer, aligning myself with the Christian religion, and I'm looking up history, I'm looking up the origins of the Bible, I'm looking up the origins of human history as a whole, and fossil records, and elongated skulls, and aliens, and everything, so I'm just absorbing all this information, but none of it I could sink my teeth in and use on a daily to better my life. So I was looking for a tool that the universe, that God could provide me, that would better my life on a daily, specifically with my father, but in general. And I ran across NLP/hypnosis as a thing. And this is going to, generally, as soon as I say hypnosis, everybody just, clocks out. But understand what NLP is. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. So there's a ton of people teaching NLP, and NLP is much like martial arts, where one person started NLP, Richard Bandler, and then he taught somebody, and then they taught somebody, and you learned from that guy. So you came from training under him, which came from Richard Bandler. So and I'm not trying to get political or anything with anything that pops up, but neurolinguistic programming versus hypnosis. So he's doing versus hypnosis, and this is London Real. I highly would say avoid this. I thought London Real had something good like more than 3 years ago, and this guy just went off the deep end. He is an absolute joke now. So avoid London Real as well, in my opinion. But what, so neurolinguistic programming is essentially the understanding, like to me, what it means to me essentially is, it was like relearning the English language. It was like, okay, here is how language patterns, here is how, saying I can't do this affects you. here is how saying, well, I'm just not doing this now, or I might learn this later, affects your mental process and how you think about doing things. And how, so a lot of your self-talk, a lot of talk to other people, but what made NLP as a base set of knowledge, at least to me and to David, more limited, is that it was very, when someone says this to you, you say this, and it's very much like karate, where it's like you've got a kata for everything. You've got, a defensive block for, the fist that comes in from over top. Yeah, and there's one way to handle things. Where NLP/hypnosis taught in conjunction with each other is like the best combination of the two. So hypnosis is way more than just your clinical hypnosis of sitting down and having someone, go through an induction and get you into hypnosis and then ask you about the trauma that happened while you were 3 years old and relive it and rethink about it and what did it really mean when daddy spanked you or uncle took you in the closet or whatever. Like, none of that shit. Excuse my language. Like, none of that you have to go through with this as a combined field of thought. So what I had learned with this is that and the most basic thing here is that hypnosis is trance. Anytime you get into trance, anytime you're into a movie that you sit down for a movie, you're eating your popcorn and you're into the story, and it takes a dog barking, a doorbell or something to kind of snap you out of it, that's trance. Anytime you're listening to someone and you just kind of glaze over, they start getting technical, they start talking about numbers that don't make sense or a field that you're not in, that is trance. And understanding that and understanding NLP as a combination and then applying that in different subsets like, language patterns for, psychological tricks or instant conversational hypnosis, and like going through, his videos here, he is trying to get good, catchy, headlines here so that people come and view his videos, and thousands of people do. He's got, anywhere from, 20,000, 1,000 to several 100,000. But if you're going to look at this guy's stuff, I highly recommend going all the way back and viewing his oldest videos first. And I know some of the video and audio quality is going to be terrible on these. They are 8 years ago. But that's what I did, is I started viewing it from the end, from his oldest videos up, and you'll watch him over years change how he's teaching it, and he'll talk about how he's teaching it. But the most important thing is all of this is free. Hours and hours, 2 hours worth of an NLP seminar for free here, 3 hours here. You have literally hundreds of hours of free seminars and information here that you can learn. And this is all high level stuff. This is stuff that will blow any regular mastermind out of the water. Okay, and this applies to everything. This is for deep emotional connection. This is for sales. It's for, waking hypnosis, manifest, and if you're talking about manifesting things and you want to, and the hidden laws of mental dynamics and stuff like this, like what he generally will do to even come up with these is he brings 30 people into a room or more. He has a free meetup and he says, what do we want to learn today? And then you learn, he says, okay, I want to learn about sales. I want to learn about, being attracted, rapid romance. I want to get a mate, laws of attraction. And then he just makes a class on it. Boom. And he also teaches self-defense. And his self-defense is good. It is really, really good. This guy's a legitimate doctor. He's legitimately trained in everything. Whenever he teaches you something here, he'll tell you where he got it from. He's not keeping any secrets. He literally unloads as much information as possible in a short amount of time as possible. He learned all this stuff hardcore, learned it for himself, applied it, and then realized that like karma is a thing, and realized that he had essentially gained all this information and then didn't want to use it in a negative way moving forward, and he wanted to give it back to people, and that's what he's doing now, is he's giving it back. And he does have paid classes. You can go to, I'm sure on any one of these he might have, he's got his NLP Power right here, and let's just look at this guy's website. Like, I haven't seen it in a long time. Okay, so look, he's vibrational healing, so he's charging money. He's charging a few $1,000s, and if we look at that last guy's mastermind. His mastermind was, dollars. And see, he's doing a reduction, but at least this website's slightly cleaner. And these are, I guess, books. I haven't actually viewed any of this, so I'm looking at it at the same time as you. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's salesy. It's still selling, talking. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's what this is. But in my opinion, you're going to get a whole lot more from something like this than you will anywhere else. I believe these are not like books, but actual like programs that he has set up and done. Yeah, I think this was real world hypnosis. So I don't know, and he's not super huge. He doesn't have a ton of people with, fake reviews or anything. Like I said, this is the first time I'm looking through this. Get a free conversational hypnosis course, $97 value. Enter your name. I think this is just a free online thing, but hey, it is but he has a podcast. The most important thing with David here, and if you're still listening, I'm sure more than 3/4 of the view is probably tuned off by now, but I would not be the person I am today without this guy's free information. I've not paid him one dime. He's never contacted me. I have not met him in person. He's in California. I'm in Texas. But I watched his videos online, and I found them so extremely powerful that it changed my life in every way possible. For sales, for marketing, for relationships with my family, for relationships with my significant other, my girlfriend, like every relationship-based human interaction thing. What I've learned from him just changed everything. Like how to view sales, how to view marketing, how to know hypnosis is being used on you. This is extreme. So he's got a podcast there, so that's cool. This guy's information to me, is one of the reasons I started my business was so that I could have enough money to pay him to do this. I actually want to pay him to be trained. And I don't know if he still does it, but he was doing $2,000 or $3,000 week-long courses. And it was you and 5 other people are going to get trained by me and one other dude. And, we're going to personally train you on everything you want to learn or whatever that specific thing was. But it's not just some mastermind on here's how to get better sales and here's what you need to do. It's no. We're going to drill you. It's going to be drills left and right of, how to change your language, how to learn, a martial arts thing, how to do, healing massages or whatever he does there. There's live training. Okay, so here's his live training stuff. So this is where you can actually, this is live training. This is not some mastermind class. None of this says mastermind. These are real world hypnosis regression skills. 5 days. Okay? 5 days. How much is this? Let's see. For 5 days, how much does it cost? Yeah, and this is a certification. You're going to get a certificate after this that you can actually legitimately perform hypnosis on people through that certification. I mean, you can do it without the certification, but I was just trying to see if there's let's see, if we do one here and one here. I just wanted to see the price. Damn it, do I really got to do all this before I see the price? Add to cart. Is it free? Okay, no. So, real world hypnosis. Look at that. For $3,000. For $3,000, $3,500, you can get literally entire week worth of specialized skills for you. There's only going to be 100 people, or for 2 days. This is Dolly, not what I was trying to go to. I've already gone away from this guy's stuff. But yeah, instead, you could go to, this, and you could see this type of nonsense, just constantly flash at you. Experience, passion, growth, keep us moving forward. New heights, new opportunities, new ventures, all levels. For $10,000, what do you get over $5,000? a private dinner, VIP seating, right? Exclusive accelerator package included from each speaker. That means, you know what exactly that means? That means they give you one of these online video classes that he charges, $1,000 for, and a dinner, and they're charging you $5,000 extra dollars. And their stuff is probably all rehashed junk, because they're like, we'll teach you your blue ocean strategy, which is a $1 to $15 book. That's what that other thing is teaching you. Like, look. Let me show you exactly. What will you get? Identifying your blue ocean strategy and core value proposition so you can dominate sales. Dominate. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. Like, this is such junk compared to somebody who's actually trying to heal people, actually trying to do things better for people. I've avoided doing a video on NLP and hypnosis for so long because I believe that a lot of people, as soon as you hear the word hypnosis, just shut off. And I'm totally prepared for a lot of people to comment down below and just talk trash about it, or for one way or the other, or to think that it's just fake or not real, or it might as well be talking about aliens and crap. Like, this is, I'm just using it from my point of view. If I'm going to poo-poo on this other guy for 10 minutes straight, I got to at least give David Snyder, who I can actually accredit personally, the reason that I have this business, the reason that I do good in sales and marketing, the reason that I am still with my girlfriend and that I stopped fighting with my dad. Like, this guy is the reason. Like, his website, and it's not even his website. Nothing on his website is the reason. The whole reason is just his YouTube page. Just listening to these hour-long videos that are free. And that's what I'm trying to show you, is if you actually want to spend money and you've got $5,000-$10,000 to spend, someone like this is who I would spend it with. If you don't, and you have people just left and right trying to sell you stuff, go listen to this guy's YouTube page. I would love to chat with anyone on this. I highly would encourage, if you watch more than 5 to 10 hours of this and you find it interesting and you want to have conversations about it, tell me what you learned, practice, NLP and hypnosis in general, I would love to do it with you. You can, contact me on my email, 3dprintseverything@gmail.com. You can call me. It's easy to find my phone number, through my business, 3D Print Everything. But this guy knows what he's talking about. If you watch his videos, he'll give his pedigree. But the most important thing is when he tells you something and it makes sense, he's going to give you a book or a research paper or something else to back it up. Like, every 2 or 3 hour, 1 hour to 3 hour video he has probably 10 or 15 hours worth of research that he gives you to look up. Like, I watched one of his videos one time and spent another 7 hours researching, harmonics and synchronicities and stuff like this with other, entrainment. It was entrainment that had me looking into how people's heart rhythms can entrain with each other, and how dogs entrain with their masters and stuff like this. Like, there is so much actual useful information here. It will dwarf everything. It's just going to blow crap out of the water. If you see Mastermind, if you see Taz Lopez, Tony Robbins, that stuff is just rehashed feel-good crap. And if you want something you can actually sink your teeth in, something that the universe felt like I could use on a daily, and I know that I use on a daily, enough that I would, literally attribute my entire business. Like, my business would have failed if I didn't have the knowledge from this, period. If there was anything I could teach you in 3D printing that would make you successful, this information as a base is it. There is nothing I can teach you about slicing programs, about which printer to choose, about, what location to go to. There's nothing I can tell you in a YouTube video that will be more important to your business than learning general information in this subject. I wholly believe that this world would be a much better place if this was taught at a level from like kindergarten, first grade up. That if people learned this as a base part of school, everything would be different. Ads would be different. How we market to each other would be different. Like, this stuff is that important to me. It's important enough that I can't stop ranting about it 20 minutes later. So I'm going to end it here. I know this is already a long video, and you're probably tired of me just trying to plug this guy. But if you want something, that's actually cutting edge strategies for creating your superior life, like, this is it. this is what it is. It's not a mastermind. It's not a 2-day piece of crap. It's not, here's how you spend more money with me. Rarely does anywhere in here does he say, like, hey, here's how you can spend money with me. It's for free, and he's giving it away, and it's hours and hours and hours of content. And I probably haven't seen anything of his that's 2 years and newer, because I gathered so much good information that I want to go out and play with people. I want to go out and practice hypnosis and NLP with people, and I just literally haven't found anyone else that has had the opportunity to find this stuff interesting to the point that I've been able to have good conversation with him. I mean, and you can see, like, 6 hours right here. This is 6 hours of him talking to people, and him talking to average people. Like, this isn't some pretty face on Facebook who is going to promise you an idyllic social media after you go to his course. Okay? He's going to teach you skills that will better your life. Like, and that's in my opinion. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. Feel free to show me, you know, anything in here that you feel is BS, because as far as I'm concerned, everything I've learned from this guy has been extremely transformative for my life. I hope it can be as transformative for your life as it has been for mine, and I hope that you can avoid paying tens of thousands of dollars to scam artists who want to teach you, you know, about have you seen, you know, Rich Father, Poor Son, or whatever that one book is, and you know, like just rehashing a 50-page book in a 2-day seminar that they charge $10,000 for. Avoid that. Find people like this. It doesn't have to be this guy. Anybody teaching NLP and hypnosis, I think, will be useful. I just found that this guy resonated with the way that I like talking. The way that he talks resonated with me. It felt like a no BS, straightforward approach of, I'm going to provide you as much information as possible. And I felt like he did. And, you know, rarely do we get, you know, 10 to 15 minutes worth of nonsense of introductions or anything else in his videos. But anyways, I'm ending this here. I can't stop raving about it. I hope you find this interesting. I honestly would love to hear your feedback on this video. I know I always just do one shot, non-edited, you know, rants essentially. But I would like your feedback on this heavily. I've made this video 4 times and not posted, and not recently. I've made this video 4 times over the past year, and every time I get close to thinking that I want to tell my story about issues with my dad and how NLP helped me out, I am honestly just scared of the reaction online and scared of what y'all will say to me about it, and that it won't be received well, and that, you know, the second I say hypnosis in the title, everyone's gonna, you know, unsubscribe from my page. So I hope that doesn't happen. And give me, you know, your honest advice of what you think of a 3D print company talking about NLP and hypnosis being the main reason that they're successful in the first place. So thanks, guys. Have a good day. I hope this was helpful.